Alright, before this video starts, I just want to say, make sure you guys click on my link down below so you guys can get a discount on Hack the Box. I currently have a Hack the Box affiliate link. Clicking on it, you'll probably get a discount with it, and I guess I'll get some money from it, so it'll be like a win-win situation. Either way, let's do this video. So the very first video, or I guess the very first video, the very first challenge that the challenge that we're going to do today is going to be called Juggling Facts, which is a hack the box very easy challenge, rated 4 stars and released almost a year ago. And thankfully, we're giving source code, so this makes the challenge a lot more fun and a lot more doable to do. So we switch over, and right now I currently unzipped the file, and I'm currently in the folder of my I'm currently in the folder of what I downloaded. So let's see. So the very first thing I checked was a Docker file. Nothing too much, just telling us that it's just regular PHP with MySQLi, Nginx type. So after that, I later on checked the entry point, and this is where I found something interesting. This is where the flag is at. And then looking at this, it looks like how it initializes it. It starts, I guess, some kind of database. And then after that, it starts adding values inside that database, starts inserting values inside there. And the values inserted are different, I guess, different types of paragraphs or different types of HTML code, along with like some kind of value. So in this case, we see spooky. It's affiliated with this HTML code, and we see spooky, and then not spooky is affiliated with this HTML code. And at the very end, we see secrets, which has the flag. So I guess our flag is associated with secrets. So that gives us an idea where to go to. So I kept looking inside the folders, and then I went inside controllers, and the thing that I found interesting was control cd control down. Oh, the thing that I found interesting was the index controller. That's the very first thing that came into my mind. After looking through all of them, this is the one I found interesting. So if you look at index controllers, there seems to be a get factor. And then, yeah, it seems to be a get factor. And then we see secrets right here. And if you see right here, secrets, if the type is equal to secrets and the server remote address does not equal to localhost, we get currently this type can only be accessed through localhost. And then we see more code right here, and then we see that there's a switch statement right here in this JSON. And if the JSON type data is secrets, it returns everything from secrets. And if it's spooky, it returns everything from spooky. And if it's not spooky, it returns everything from not spooky. So we could test this out if we go back to our web browser and just go on the inspect and go on the network tab. Or you could use Burp Suite for this, but I prefer to use not to use tools and just use the browser for the most part. And if you check the post request, when we go to resend, resend, we see that the type spooky. So this is for spooky, and then like I guess this is everything. Let's try checking not spooky. So if we go back to our code and then check what was not spooky, I guess what's a value that we want to see from not spooky, cd cat, not cd, it's entry point cat. So I guess a value is pi isn't America's favorite. So if we go look at that, pi isn't America's favorite. It's great. We don't see it right here, so let's go change this to not spooky. I think it's with a not and an underscore, but let's check that again. Not spooky. And then if we send this, and we'll get a post request, and we just check this out, and we see pi is in America's favorite. We get all the values from all of this. So I guess I don't know if your head starts clicking. So if it works that easily, we could just change it to secrets. That's what most people think. So let's try secrets. Maybe I spelled it wrong. So we'll go to 3, just secrets. Yeah. Let's check that, send. And then we'll just check it. And we'll see currently this type can only be accessed through localhost. So that's part of the logic of the code. Because if we check the challenge folder, oh my god, everything's lowercase. CD controllers cat index. If we check the code, it says if the type is secrets, well, which is what we did, we send the type as secrets. Yeah, type is secrets. But if the server remote address isn't localhost, and then the, let's see, oh well, we don't know our remote address, but either way, if it's not localhost, we'll get this. Currently, this type can only be accessed through localhost, so that's why we get this. So we had to find a way to bypass this. There's many ways. There's like many approaches to doing this, but there's an easier way of doing this. There's like, you have to find a way to bypass this, but like I said, there's many different ways you could do this. And one of the ways that I guess people didn't realize is how they're comparing it right here. In this case, they're using a triple equal sign. And a triple equal sign means that if we go right here, it's like how it's comparing the types. With a triple equal sign, you don't really have to do that much comparison, because if we let's go check let's look up the, I guess, the different types when it comes to this hack the box challenge. So let's see, Control H. If we go PHP type comparison tables. So if you look at comparison tables with the strict comparison, so with a triple equal sign, it means strict comparison. So in our example, we have PHP, it's a strict comparison with secrets. And if we look right here, if we look at this is like a string value. It's always false except if the exact value is true. So if we're comparing strings with a string comparison, the only way it's true if it's the actual string itself. But I guess what people didn't notice, when you're using switch statements, for the most part, it's using loose comparison. So when using switch statements, they use loose comparison, which is, I guess, the whole point of this challenge. That's why. So if we go back to number 3 right here, type secrets, the case in our case is wants to be secrets. So with loose comparison, the only way this could be true if we send in the value true. Then if it's comparing string with that boolean value of true, then it comes out as true. Other than that, it's false only other when you reach the matching string. And like we said before, a matching string was a strict comparison. So for this challenge, all we need to do is just send a boolean value of true in our case. So let's go back to the challenge and just send a boolean value of true to secrets. So this was basically the whole point of the challenge, just to figure out, I guess, that switch statements, switch cases, and uses a loose comparison. That's basically, yeah, the point of the challenge. So if we type in true and send it, we will see that we get the flag. And if you guys don't believe me, we could just Google the switch comparison, PHP loose comparison. And if you look at this, note that switch cases does loose comparison. So yeah, so that, I guess that's this. Note that switch cases does loose comparison. That's, I guess, one thing to keep in mind. And that was about it for this challenge for the most part, because we got the flag. Oh, it's right here. Control C. Submit the flag. Haven't submitted it yet, but I'll submit it right now. 5 and submit. And that was about it for this video. Hopefully you guys learned something new today, and hopefully you guys enjoyed my video. And that's about it. Thank you. Peace.